You're watching NTC News, DeKalb County's only television news source, on the campus of Northern Illinois University and from the Northern Television Center. This is NTC News Tonight.
The biggest financial aid fund for Illinois college students has been suspended. Good evening, I'm Jeremy Dunk. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm Kristen Swiner. If you are one of the thousands of college students hoping to get financial aid through the state of Illinois, it may already be too late. Illinois budget problems have forced the state to make the deadline for MAP grants Saturday, March 2nd, which has now passed. Last year, more than 5,000 NIU students relied on MAP grant to go to school. The issue is the funds for the MAP grant have been used up quicker and quicker every year. Rebecca Babel from the NIU Financial Aid Office says it has to do with more students applying earlier every year.
The MAP grant program is a first-come, first-served program. So as students fill out their FAFSA, send it to the Department of Education. If they mark they're an Illinois resident, the Department of Education sends an application on their behalf to ISAC for the Illinois State Monetary Award.
The MAP grants may be used up by students can still receive financial aid through Pell Grants and federal direct student loans.
Current projects at NIU could be put on hold because of budget cuts. The state of Illinois currently owes NIU about $90 million. The university has been heavily relying on fees and tuition from students. Private donations also make up about 20% of NIU's funding. The Illinois General Assembly has cut funding for the university for 6 of the past 13 years. The budget cuts could affect projects like building the outdoor rec center and Gilbert Hall. NIU spokesman Brad Hoy explains how NIU plans to deal with these adjustments.
What they're trying to impress upon potential donors and current donors is that we need your help. You know, the institution needs your help to be able to sustain itself through these difficult times.
Less money could also mean fewer vacation days for employees and less faculty positions.
A brand new app on your smartphone can keep you safer.
NTC reporter Xander Ribier shows us how the iWatch app can help stop crime in DeKalb.
The iWatch application is a revolutionary new way to report crimes by using your smartphone or tablet. It allows you to report crimes anonymously or willingly by calling, texting, or even sending pictures and videos to your local police department. The iWatch application has been a national phenomenon and is currently running in cities like Philadelphia and Dallas and major universities like Purdue. Now the app is being planned for use in DeKalb to not only cover the city, but NIU as well, a feature that the DeKalb police are saying is crucial for success.
We consider NIU to be an essential part of our community. It's at the very core of who DeKalb is. So when we get the app and say it's for DeKalb and it's for NIU, student body, everybody.
With this app being free to use for everyone in DeKalb, the police are encouraging NIU students to use it as college students are a major user of smartphones. Students could use it while studying or even on their way to class. The app launches in early March.
I think the app is excellent. I'm going to recommend it for all my family, friends, my kids, friends of my kids. I want everyone to have this basically at the ready. They may never need to use it, but if they use it, I want them to have it at the ready on their phone.
Now all of DeKalb can feel safer. Xander Ribier, NTC News from DeKalb.
The iWatch should be available starting later in 2013.
DeKalb City Manager Mark Bernanke has decided 33 years of service is enough. Bernanke announced his retirement Wednesday. He will retire June 14th after 9 years of service. His decision comes after 2 city aldermen and Mayor Chris Polzin announced they would not be seeking re-election. The 55-year-old Bernanke has had a career in public service and administration for 33 years after starting as an intern. He will assist in the transition to the next mayor and alderman before retiring.
The timing is right, both for me personally, as well as I believe the timing is right for the city.
Bernanke will not be looking for a new job. He plans to pursue hobbies and travel.
Parking fees have gone up again in downtown DeKalb. City officials will now enforce parking time limits in front of stores. Fines have been increased from $3 to $25 to prevent people from parking for extended periods. Officials say the previous $3 fine wasn't enough to cover the costs associated with processing tickets. Downtown store owners are concerned that it will affect their business by preventing people from taking time in their shops. When there is more than 2 inches of snow on the ground, parking tickets can reach up to $75.
People in DeKalb will be seeing a few stores disappear from Sycamore Road. Within the last week, 2 stores have closed and 1 more is on its way out. Caribou Coffee and Hallmark are now closed. Deals is set to close on March 17th. Stores are closing because they cannot afford to pay the rent anymore. Deals says that the rent has been raised a number of times in past years. The landlord for these locations is currently looking for new businesses to take their places.
If you're a college student, odds are you know someone who has an eating disorder.
Last week was National Eating Disorder Awareness Week, and NTC reporter Kelly Marshall explains what the NIU community is doing to help.
This isn't your typical fashion show. Girls, different shapes, sizes, and even disabilities are here to promote the National Eating Disorder Awareness. The show was a success, as well as other events that happened on campus, like Love Your Body Jeans, a display supported by organizations across campus decorated with their own positive sayings. This is to show girls to feel comfortable in their jeans. GENES.
The campus dietitian, where I see students on a regular basis. I often will get students that come in and I realize that their relationship with food is out of the norm.
There was also a panel discussion called Celebrating Recovery with NIU alumni women who spoke on their behalf of having past eating disorders. The women on the panel didn't wish to speak on camera to talk about their history with an eating disorder.
I think that the college age time is a common time for individuals to develop an eating disorder because of the high stress that the individuals are on with the change of environment. It's oftentimes the first time that ladies and gentlemen are away from home, away from their parents, so it's a new environment.
The Women's Research Center, NIU's nutrition program, and the Counseling and Student Development Center came up with Own It, Embrace Your Beauty, a fashion show that was directed towards positive body image, not only for women, but men as well. From DeKalb, this is Kelly Marshall from NTC.
The community will be looking to do even more in the future to help raise awareness of eating disorders.
I heard that this morning we have been upgraded to a winter storm warning.
Well, Nicole Gill is here to tell us, is there going to be snow, and if so, how much?
Well, guys, yes, there is going to be snow, and we may actually see about a half a foot of snow or even more in some areas. That snow is going to start tonight after midnight and continue through tomorrow, bringing us pretty much snow all day long. Across the area, though, we're going to see highs in the low to mid 30s. For more on your snowy forecast and your warm-up, stick with us. We'll be right back.
Severe weather can destroy a home in seconds. There's no time to think, only time to act. Have a kit so you're ready for any emergency. Develop a plan for what you and your family will do before disaster strikes, and stay informed during severe weather any way you can. It can be the difference between losing your possessions and losing your life. Just ask the owners of this house. Visit ready.gov for ways to prepare your family for emergencies.
Welcome back. We had that nice high today at 31 degrees. It wasn't that too bad out there. Too bad we didn't see that normal of 39 or even that 70. That would have felt really, really good. Right now, we have a winter storm warning pretty much continuing through tonight, through tomorrow at midnight. We're going to pretty much see snow across the area, and it looks like we're going to see 6 to 9 inches through this area. So looking at radar right now, nothing much in our area. We're going to start seeing some flurries, but look, as this low passes through southwest of us, we're in that perfect quadrant to get us that snow and heavy winds as well. Now that low is going to start pushing out of our area by Wednesday. Snow will start tapering off, bringing us some nice sunnier weather. So tonight, there's that snow. Winds a little bit calm now, but as we go through tomorrow, gusts up to 30 miles per hour. We could see some whiteout conditions out there, whether you're driving from class or from work. Just take some precaution with blowing snow. Tomorrow night, snow is going to start tapering off. Still gusty though, so I urge you to just be careful out there. because it's going to be snowy and windy. Looking at your 5-day forecast, there's that snow Tuesday night, but look, as we go into Wednesday, it's going to start clearing up. As we go towards the end of the week, starting the weekend, it's looking beautiful with a high of 41 degrees and some sunny skies. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. Just hang in there. That's all for weather. Let's send it back to the desk.
Wow, well, I'll be sure to stay bundled up and stay inside tonight.
A Chicagoland teacher is in hot water for her strange discipline techniques.
And teachers are still on strike in Dixon. These are today's state lines.
A suburban Chicago woman has filed a lawsuit accusing a teacher of duct taping her 11-year-old son's face after telling him to stop talking in class. The lawsuit says that Lindrup's school teacher put an index card on the boy's mouth, then wrapped tape around his head. When it was removed, it allegedly injured his face.
Dixon teachers and the school board stopped talks late last night without an agreement. Classes are canceled today and another negotiation session is set for tonight. The 168 teachers went on strike Thursday. They're demanding a pay raise of 3 3/4%.
Commuters in downtown Chicago get to deal with a new traffic headache for a while. The Wells Street Bridge is being closed for repair over 2 9-day periods. The first traffic detour goes through Sunday, and the second begins in late April.
A newly formed coalition is demanding action to raise water levels in Lakes Michigan and Huron. They're called Restore Our Water International. They're worried about declining levels in the two lakes over the past 14 years. They represent shoreline property owners and commercial interests.
A new breakthrough could permanently change the way doctors treat HIV.
And a man is proclaimed dead after a sinkhole gave way in his bedroom. Here's what's happening in today's World Watch.
A 2-year-old girl in Mississippi is the first child to be functionally cured of HIV, researchers say. This finding was announced at a conference in Atlanta over the weekend. A functional cure is when the presence of the virus is so small that the clinical test cannot be detect in the blood. The child was born to an HIV-positive mother who was not diagnosed until just before delivery.
Demolition crews tore down a house in suburban Tampa, Florida yesterday after a sinkhole opened under it. The 50-foot deep hole swallowed one of the home's bedrooms Thursday night, killing one resident. Rescue workers had to end the search for the body of Jeff Bush because of still dangerous conditions. The county administrator says the Bush family is getting help from that county.
More than 100 cardinals have gathered in Rome today to begin the process of choosing the next pope. The new pope could be chosen before March 15th. That would give him more than a week to prepare for Palm Sunday. Pope Benedict XVI gave up the papacy last week, citing ailing health. He was the first pope to resign in 600 years.
Britain's Queen Elizabeth was smiling today after she left a London hospital. The 86-year-old monarch was admitted Sunday as a precautionary measure. She was treated for stomach and intestinal inflammation. Elizabeth canceled weekend plans, and engagements for this week will be postponed or canceled. And that's today's World Watch.
Welcome to NTC Sports. I'm Eli Gain. The regular season over for men's and women's basketball. That is, at least at the Convocation Center. Both teams took the hardwood for the last time at the Convo this season for our NIU fans. Let's start with the men's team on Saturday. NIU on a 7-game losing streak. Central Michigan, though, they're not very hot this year either. They're 2-11 in the MAC. It was a good first half for both teams, a very close game back and forth. Axel Bolin, he's having a rough stretch to end the year. He rebounds in this game. He finishes with 11 points. 5 of 9 from the field. Huskies trailed by 3 at half. It was all CMU in the second half, shot 57%. NIU loses its 8th straight game, 69-50. The women's team played yesterday afternoon. In my opinion, they played their best half of the year in the first. Amanda Corral and the team put up 40 points. Corral had 13. She's been averaging 13 per game this year, had 16 in the first half. NIU shot 15 of 29. Bad news is CMU, they put up 36 themselves in the opening 20 minutes. In the second half, the Chippewas put up more than that. 46 was their second half number, outscoring the Huskies by 25. NIU is now 2-13 in MAC play. Both the teams will continue this week to wrap up their conference play. And speaking of struggling teams, that's what the Bulls are doing, struggling. When they play the good teams, they're not getting it done. But some good news last night, Derrick Rose back on the bench. Now, he didn't suit up, but it was good seeing him back with his teammates for the first time this year. Chicago took on the Pacers last night, fourth quarter. David West is going to get it on the wing here. He misses the floater, gets the putback. Indy up by 5. West finished with 31 points for Indiana. Bulls hanging in, though. Next possession, Jimmy Butler's going to get it. He's going to hit it from downtown. Splash Bandicoot is what I call it. Career high, 20 points for Butler. And then Chicago, they still have a chance to tie. Can't even get off the shot. Tom Thibodeau showing the frustration. He's going to be hitting the table here. Chicago has now lost 9 of their last 15 games. And speaking of teams that aren't struggling, let's talk about the Blackhawks. It seems like they can't be stopped, continuing to pull off these incredible wins. But yesterday, it seemed like that point streak would be snapped against Detroit, and then the unthinkable just keeps happening. Pick it up in the third. Detroit attacking Joakim Anderson is going to feed Thomas Tatar, puts the Wings up by 1, and then later in the period, Hawks on the power play, and here's a beauty. The save originally by Howard. Look at the pass from Victor Stahlberg to Patrick Kane. Tie game. 2 minutes left. We go to the shootout. Kane again slowly moving towards the net. And then Kane wins it for Chicago with the wrist shot. 22 games without a regulation loss. 19-0-3 for our Blackhawks. And in sports notes today, baseball and softball back on the diamond this weekend. Baseball lost 2 of 3 in the Dairy Queen Classic in Minnesota. Softball split yesterday's games in Carbondale, and then today they played in Carbondale again against Southern Illinois, losing 12-4. And this week, Scholar athletes go to Alex Klonowski for baseball and Nelle Ewell for women's tennis. Congratulations to them. Now we're going to change it to high school here. Buzzer beaters are always exciting, except for the fans and teams on the losing ends of them. Now, what happened in yesterday's game between a New York high school team for the state championship basketball game still has some people thinking, including me, did that really happen? I'm going to let you guys listen in on the call. Let's roll the tape.
It is Edney to throw it in. Edney tosses it. It's knocked around, and Mount Vernon's going to hold on and win. Or hold on 1 second. Oh, goodness! Are they going to count that? No, it doesn't count. They're wiping it off. That might have. Oh, my goodness. I think he got that off.
Now, as you see, the team's going nuts there. Khalil Edney of New Rochelle, he hit the 55-footer to tie it. Now, originally it was waved off, but the refs reviewed it, saying Edney got it off with 1/10 of a second left. Unbelievable finish. New Rochelle beats Mount Vernon 61-60 for the New York State Championship game. And after seeing so many buzzer beaters, that has to be one of the best that I've seen, just because of the circumstance of the game. It's for the state championship, so congratulations to New Rochelle for getting that done. That was
Definitely.
Cool.
Coming up, a new dog adoption center in DeKalb is bringing some familiar faces back to the NIU community.
I'm in the Honors program here at NIU. The Honors House is a place where honors students can live together. I lived in the Honors House as a freshman, so I got to meet people right off the bat. I was with students who were in the same kinds of classes as me. So living in the Honors House just meant I had that group to start off with. Living with other honors students made all the difference in my experience, so why go anywhere else?
Northern Illinois University, learning today,
leading tomorrow.
We see fellow Huskies here every day at NIU, but I would much rather be surrounded by the cute, cuddly kind.
Well, Jeremy, you may be in luck. There's a new rescue shelter here in DeKalb, catering only to Huskies, and it's redefining the way dogs are being adopted. The falling snow isn't a problem for Cody and Uno when it comes to playtime. These Huskies are 2 adoptable dogs at Ravens Husky Haven. Kelly Lambert, the president and founder of this new rescue, is changing the way dogs are adopted.
make it breed specific and address the needs of Siberian Huskies who are very high energy, who need a lot of exercise.
To get rid of some of that extra energy, the dogs have 2 different yards to run in. To help the dogs get ready for a new home, the rescue has its own grooming station as well as an on-site trainer.
There's a misconception that they're a little bit more stubborn and they can be hard to train. It's actually almost the complete opposite. They're too smart and very easy to train.
The dogs learn to walk on a leash, sit, stay, lie down, and even, because each dog has its own personality, the rescue has set up its own online modeling agency where you can choose from a list of dogs and see some basic facts, and you can watch a video to see their personality and level of training to help you find the right dog.
One of our dogs, Cody, is getting adopted this week, and it's really exciting, but it's also nice because the people that are interested in him watched his video and they went, you know, he's so smart, look at him do this, we want him because of that, you know, and so it definitely makes a big impact for sure.
Even though Cody is leaving, there are 9 other Huskies looking for a home. In Sycamore, I'm Kristen Swiner, NTC News. Founder Kelly Lambert said she chose DeKalb because of the big public support and because DeKalb was already home of the Huskies.
Man, I definitely need to get my hands on one of those puppies. We want to thank you all for being with us tonight.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be back the same time Wednesday. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye, everyone.